What's up, YouTube? Left Red Duelist back at it again. What do we got going on, Jared?
Oh, you know what came out today. Happy 420, everyone.
You look so happy, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Like 5 hours of sleep. Woke up. Felt like I couldn't move. It was great. But
So what did come out for Yu-Gi-Oh specifically?
it was a deck. They skipped the one that was supposed to come out in this place for this one, which is better and worse. It's a better deck, but it's more degenerate than, you know, the fourth Cybers deck in a row. So, you know, just pan on down. You already know what it is. You're here.
Ooh. Lair of Darkness?
Lair of Darkness. So we're gonna open one of these on camera, and then we're gonna break off, and we'll be right back, and we'll have the budget build using just 3 structure decks. You know, like we did with Counter Fairy deck. That, well, not the budget one wasn't the one that got almost 3,000 views. But, you know, who knows? This might get 3,000 views. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll get on with it.
Just
Boom.
move close there. This is how I open structure decks.
Oh.
God damn.
Man, you just can't open anything.
No. Alright. So, you know, we'll cover up this lovely Pokemon playmat with the air that says you can use Fiendish Rhino Warrior to send a dragon to grave. There's that mat. There's a new rule book. Just slap that on the table.
This guy.
Eat. So let's get this out of the way. You know, YuGiOh Duel Links promotion. You guys like Duel Links?
It's pretty good.
No. Alright.
So
You know, you start off with the Lilith Lady of set 3D barriers from deck. That's a pretty good card.
whoa.
We good right here?
Yeah.
Dankest Diabolos, the masterpiece proof monster. He's a pretty strong guy. Beats over by 50, can't be tributed, and stuff like that. Oh, that's great. Arima, which is just, you know, search Lair of Darkness or bust. Lair of Darkness, which gives you 4,000 tokens a turn. It's pretty good. It's like Bish Balkan, but a spell. And then Grinning Grave, which is very underrated, because this card's actually, like, stupid busted. You know, you got Duke Shade, tributes a bunch of cards to bring himself out. The old Diabolos. Trash.
Why do you hate him, dude? It was a tech card.
It's terrible. Prometheus. Archfiend Emperor, that's old. Mega Caius, for whatever reason. Same thing with Legendary Maju Garzad. Vanity's Fiend, that just exists. It's really counterintuitive for the deck. Because let me just prohibit myself from special summoning when my boss monster special summons when something's tributed. Mist Archfiend, Infernal Dragon, Archfiend Cavalry, Stygian Street Patrol, Phantom of Chaos, Plague Wolf, Fiendish Rhino, Curry Bandit, you know, Tour Guide right there, Back Jack, Whirling Kuriboh, that's the last of the monsters. Really good spell lineup for having 7 spells. Recurring Nightmare, Allure, Hand Destruction, Foolish Goods, Boogie Trap, Fires of Trash Day, and Veil of Darkness. And then, you know, the spells. You got a Crush card, a Deck Dev, you got an Eradicator, and a Full Force looking guy. So you get 5 viruses in this deck. That's what I'm dealing with right now is 5 viruses. Dank Light. Nice spicy meme tech lords. Trap of Darkness, which is just a garbage card. Mind Crush looking guy, really good card. Doesn't need 15th reprint, but you know, whatever. Rise to Full Height, which is the reason Foolish Goods is in the deck. Figured it out. Curse of Darkness. I think they just put it in here because Darkness is in the name. Sinister Yorishiro. It's the last of the traps. And you get a token.
token.
A torment token. I'm very tormented looking at this.
Alright guys, we're back again. We have the budget version of the deck that me and Jared think is pretty good for just 30 bucks. Or if your locals does like a deal. But anyways, so we'll get on with it.
Alright, so you gotta play your 3 tokens here.
Of course, that's your extra deck.
It's a staple. So, yeah, 3 copies of Darkest YuGiOh. You could probably run them at 2 if you really wanted to. But working with just 3 structure decks, it helps to have, big booty boy out here. He definitely helps add power to the deck, no matter what. 3 copies of Lilith to turbo out all your traps, because this is the side of the trap lineup. So Lilith is a pretty good card. Pretty crazy, pretty degenerate. 3 copies of Arima to search out Lair of Darkness mostly. It has the effect to tribute to draw or add as well, if you tribute to something that's not him. But 17 big booty, most of the time it's probably just going to be discarded to get Lair of Darkness out. 2 copies of Duke's Shade. Duke's Shade's actually a really good card. So basically you're going to be tributing all the tokens you summon, special summoning this. It's actually a really decent card that can get really powerful and can do a lot of stuff. But at 3, because you're not always going to have all those tokens and resources on board, at 3 it kind of dies. So I think 2 is fine for it. 2 Stygian Street Patrol to help special summon out some cards, do some extra damage, you know. Old guy, old dog. 1 Curry Bandit. If he didn't have to be normal summoned to get his effect, he'd probably be at 3 in here. But you win some, you lose some. You just tribute to Excavate 5, add a spell or trap. I used to play this a really long time ago in Sylvan's. 1 Tutor Guide because she's limited. She needs to come back to 3, but I mean BA is a thing that exists. And 1 copy of Backjack to also help further turbo out some traps. Just kind of exists there. That's all the monsters we got. Except for spells, we got triple Lair of Darkness for, draw power consistency. 1 Recurring Nightmare to help get back some of the cards. Arima and Lilith both have 0 defense, so it helps add those back. You could play it at more than 1, but by the time that you have to activate this, I would say you already
have a board established.
Have not even like a board established, it's just you've like dicked them down so much with your traps that there's like no point to really adding the stuff back. 2 copies of Fires of Doomsday for extra tokens for tributes and stuff. If you have to tribute summon Darkest YuGiOh, you can with this card. It's pretty good stuff. You could tribute the tokens with Arima too. Or not Arima, Duke's Shade. I guess Arima too, but whatever. 2 Hand Destruction for extra draw power. Same thing goes with Veil of Darkness. And then, triple Lair of Dankness. Gets a bunch of tokens, lets you tribute your opponent's monsters because it treats everything on the field as dark. It's a crazy card. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Honestly. It's kind of dumb. On to the traps. 2 copies of Darklight. Get rid of all those special summon monsters. It's a pretty crazy card. 3 copies of Mind Crush, just because it exists. Why not? Help further debilitate your opponent just by removing more cards from their hand.
And looking at their hand as well.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. And then I think the rest of the traps are viruses. So for viruses, we got 1 Deck Devi, 1 Eradicator, 2 Full Force, and triple Grinning Grave. So I miss the days when Deck Devi was crazy.
Black Wings.
Right now Deck Devi don't do too much. But 1500 or less attack during Zoo format, this would have been just like, haha. I don't know why no one ever played it. there probably wasn't any good dark decks around, but it's nice.
That one guy that still plays Black Wings.
Me. Eradicator's at 1, so you kind of can't play more than this. That's a pretty good card, though. I remember, you know, playing it against spellbooks. Full Force is pretty wild. It's really underrated, actually.
Get rid of that Chaos Max in the hand.
Yeah, it gets rid of a lot of stuff, actually. Full Force is more useful than deck Devi, because a lot of things have lower defense now, I feel.
And then...
And then triple Grinning Grave. You know, this card's kind of dumb. Sure, unless your opponent destroy cards from their deck. But, they don't get their effects engraved, so it's like, why bother? Plus, if you tribute something with 2,000 or more, you destroy all monsters in their hand and stuff they draw for 3 turns. And
pretty good.
And that applicable, that grave negation applies to those as well, because it's all cards destroyed by this card's effect. So Grinning Grave is just a pretty wild card in general. And that'll do it. That's our deck. That's our build.
Our budget build. It's 40 cards, of course. We do have other versions of this deck with more power coming out. You know, this was just, you know, if you went to Target or Walmart or your locals and spent $30 and you had no other cards, this is what, you know, you could do.
You're getting into the game.
Yeah. You're like a beginner.
You were about to say noob.
But... Yep. So just stay tuned, guys. We will have Jared has like some Vendrad build coming out with
Why'd you
this.
have to fucking spoil it?
There's Dark Lords. We got stuff coming through the pipeline.
You know, as usual.
So just stay tuned, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share, tell your family, your friends. With that being said, Cypher Red Duelist signing out.
Peace.